Sunny Monani, and hey, it's your girl BUSI here, and today I'll be bringing you another video. So I don't even know which segment this video is going to fall under, because it's not really a vlog, it's not Sekri Mamzansi, it's not clicking with the BUSI, it's not a tag. I guess I'm gonna have to figure that out. Today I'll be talking to you about what happened to my 30-day vlogging challenge and coping as a young adult with ADHD. Before we get into it, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below on whether you have ADD or not, or whether you know someone with ADD. And also click that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is the third time I'm trying to make this video. The first time I was interrupted by a call. The second time I was interrupted by my camera overheating because I was in the sun. And now the neighbors have decided to have a party. But it's fine, we will overcome. I just have to start from the beginning. My 30-day vlogging challenge. What happened to it? Short answer is that I left my charger in Norway and therefore could not actually vlog. Okay, now the long answer is that I forgot it in Norway because I am careless or forgetful or whatever people like to call it. And the biggest contributing factor to that is the fact that I have attention deficit hyperactive disorder, or ADHD. So when I was diagnosed back in the day, it was still, I had ADD and not ADHD. They were still two different things, and that's because I don't have the hyperactive element or aspect of it. I grew up with a doctor and a nurse who was also a lecturer in pharmacy. So from a very young age, they knew that I had ADD, but it wasn't a formal diagnosis, and they didn't want me to go on medication because A, it was expensive, and B, they wanted me to be able to overcome it, and it wasn't really affecting my schoolwork for the first 16 years of my life. So it was okay. I mean, obviously they could see it and stuff, but it wasn't an issue. So I went on about my life, doing the things, and then when I got to grade 10, I think in 2 subjects, or was it 1? I'm not sure, but I forgot to hand in 2 really important things, and therefore my marks were really low for those subjects. And so my parents were like, this is it, we have to do something about this because you're getting to the stage of your life where your school results are really important, and you're someone that gets, 80s, 90s, sometimes 70s, and you can't be getting 40s for subjects because you forgot to hand in something. So I went on medication, and I went on methylphenidate, HCl, Douglas, which is a generic version of Ritalin. And yeah, the first time I took it, I was just like, whoa, I can now sit down and read without wanting to get up immediately, which to some people is just like, what? I mean, for me it's so difficult to just sit down and do one thing and only that thing and not think about anything else, because I think a large part of it is not being present and not being in the moment, because I can be sitting down and doing something, but then I'm thinking about the next thing I have to do, and therefore I'm not necessarily paying attention to what I'm presently doing. And so I think, yeah, just being able to just sit down and just do my work without wanting to do anything else was just so, life-changing for me. And it was so hard to explain that to my friends or to just other people, because for them it's just do it, just sit down, just do it. Like, back in my day, we didn't do that, all of that. But back then you also probably had ADHD. You just were treating those people like they were stupid, or that they were just naughty, and without realizing that they have an actual problem. And so for me, I enjoyed the fact that I could just do things, but there was something unsettling about it. I mean, the pros were that I could focus and I could do my work, but the cons were the fact that it suppressed my appetite, and I really like food, so it was just really like uncomfortable for me to just sit there and not have any will to eat at break. And I had like really good lunch, but I didn't want to eat it, and yeah, that was really tough for me. And then also there was just something about how I was and the person I was, because for me, I was always that really talkative person, and the teachers would complain that I distracted everyone else around me, but it's not my fault, I'm more interesting than you. So when I was on it, I was just like, I just wanted to work, and everyone that would speak to me, I would just snap at them and react really harshly, and that wasn't me at all. And so people would be like, you know, your medication is changing you, and it really was. And so I didn't like that part of me, but there was also something else, but I didn't quite realize that until much later in life. And when I was like in university and stuff, and I realized that the way I think normally is that I can think about so many things at once, and you know, my creativity process is so different. But when I do take my medication, it's more, I don't know, everything is just more linear. I'm not that person. I like to think outside the box and dream of the impossible. But I mean, the pros, I guess, outweigh the cons, because I'm able to actually function like a normal human being. When I was in South Africa, obviously I had access to the medication and it wasn't too expensive, but when I moved from South Africa to Europe, I didn't have access to my medication, and I just had the meds I brought with me. I didn't know how long it would be until I had access to them, so I had to ration my dosages. Now when I moved to Europe, I could not actually take it through a day because I would not have enough to last me, you know, however long I was going to be in Europe for. So I had to start taking one a day or even half a day, and then it got to taking a quarter a day. Now I can't, I mean, there's just no words to explain to someone what it's like to have to cope with taking a sixth of your daily dosage of something that you actually require to function. I actually ran out when I was in Ireland, and then from then on I couldn't even get out of bed. I just had no will to do anything. And then when I got to Sweden, I was able to get some because I'm not going to explain how, but I was able to get some. About a month ago, I was able to actually get a prescription for my pills again, and I think I had like 15 left because I got them in September. Yes, I got them in September when I got to, late September when I got to Sweden. And then I think I had 180 pills. Yes, I got 180 pills. And so, you know, that would have been a 2-month supply, right? But I had to, you know, stretch those from September to April, you know, and yeah, it was just really hard. But I didn't want to go back to just taking my normal amount, because I was scared again of like, okay, what if something happens, what if I can't get them again, and etc, etc. So now I've just been taking them at, you know, still a very low dosage of just like half a pill a day, sometimes one. It depends on like my mood or what I have to do. So I think a large part of like me trying to get things done and me being forgetful is because I'm not taking my medication correctly, and I really just should, right? I just should. And yeah, so basically that's what happened to my 30-day vlogging challenge. I have ADD. People think that people with ADD are stupid, or that we're incapable of things, but that's just a myth. I think most people with ADD are really intelligent, but we just have this, you know, handicap that doesn't allow us to necessarily explore our full potential unless we have assistance. And yeah, I think it's difficult because I would think that most people with ADD don't even know they have it, and most of them don't even have access to the medication. I'm gonna go back to my vlogging challenge, and I'm going to just resume. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.